Hello everyone, and welcome to the stream, and thank you for tuning in. If you guys are watching this part of it on YouTube, you could probably catch me live on twitch.tv/birdfacewashi. Tonight we're going to be talking about how the class storylines of Star Wars: The Old Republic, from a game design aspect, are detrimental to the game going forward. So the class storylines were a great idea at the start. The storylines were linked together, and necessarily this makes the game really a sequel to Knights of the Old Republic. This would be enough to be called the third game. And no one before Star Wars: The Old Republic had done in-game storylines like this before. But now that we're 10 years down the line, we have to think about how this has set a precedent for the game going forward, and how the precedent they've set with class storylines is the reason why planet, like the original 11 planets of the game, have yet to be of significance to any other aspect of the game, and they have yet to be updated, and the reason why we have not gotten another full-fledged class in the game at all. First, we're going to talk about what would go into developing a new class if they did it the same way they did class storylines in the first place. First of all, they'd have to develop the new class. They had to do concepts and all that other stuff. Then they'd have to actually design the class and what it's going to be and how it fits into the world of Star Wars. And then we start getting to the hard part. We have to do another 4-part storyline for this class, starting from their starting planet, going through all the 11 planets and wrapping up at the end of vanilla content. And then they would have to design a new ship, because a ship is a part of the story. And remember, technically 4 classes in the game get the same exact ship. So unless they do that again, they're gonna have to design a new ship. And they would have to go back and update all 11 of the starter planets with new story areas to design a new class. And then they would have to get a bunch of voice actors back to voice not only the player characters, but every different version of the player character, and all of the races that go along with it, plus all the NPCs that go along with that story, and then they have to do that all over again, but for the opposite faction. So in the long term, the fact that they did class storylines the way that they did is unsustainable. There's no way that we can get a new class in this game if it continues on this path. And thing about it is, if they decide to skip all that, anything less than what we got, the community would not stand for it. The community, Star Wars: The Old Republic community, is very picky with what goes in the game, at least when it comes to that part of the game. And now we can talk about the other part of what the class storylines do to the game. When it comes to the planets themselves, because the class storylines are so closely tied to the planets of the game, they cannot ever change. The way they're designed with specific story areas and pathways for every single class in the game to get to different locations, it can never change. It can never be updated, and once again, this leads to the game feeling stagnant and makes areas feel locked in time. And sadly, this is a problem with Star Wars: The Old Republic that really cannot be rectified right now, especially with the small development team and the budget that they have for it right now. In my opinion, and this is where it gets sticky, because this is my opinion. I doubt this will ever happen, but I think the best thing for Star Wars: The Old Republic could do would be to do what Square Enix and all of them did, and what ArenaNet did, and what Bungie did with Destiny, Guild Wars, and Final Fantasy XIV, respectively. They took time away from the game, and they almost went nuclear and put everything back to square one. But in the case of Destiny, what they did is they had an in-story reason for planets to go away, thus reducing the size of the game, and they updated the engine, and they had more ways They had more ways to handle the game going forward. And so far, this has been a very, very good change for Destiny 2 as a whole. Guild Wars, when they did the sequel for Guild Wars, they were able to make a completely new game with the things that, as far as I can remember, things from the original game that people liked, and iterate on them and make them better. Final Fantasy XIV out of the gate launched in a horrible state, and then they shut it down completely, went back to the drawing board and brought back the game, and now Final Fantasy XIV is the new hotness on the block. Even World of Warcraft at a certain time didn't reset, but they had events that changed the world, and that changed the world on a scale that allowed them to make updates. And I'm sorry, it's been 10 years. By this point, World of Warcraft had added more races and more classes and iterated on things that kept the game alive. If there isn't a significant shakeup with Star Wars: Old Republic, this game is going to go the way of the dodo, and that is the last thing I want. So, the subject of Star Wars: Old Republic getting a nuclear option is something that I want to talk about in depth in a video I'm going to be putting on my YouTube channel. So if you're watching this right now, you're probably watching on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe over there so get the Star Wars Goes Nuclear video when it comes out. But for right now, we're going to be transferring into gameplay of Star Wars: Old Republic. We're going to be doing some flashpoints, some in-game story, and I was going to do an op, but I don't think I'm going to get a team together for that. So, if you're new to the stream and chat, don't forget to hit the follow button, and if you can, drop a sub. And if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. These discussion videos are recorded live with an audience on Twitch. The link to the channel is in the description and in the pinned comment below. If you liked this video, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.